What about Brian Kelly in Notre Dame, where obviously you're very well versed on what's going on with Michigan and Harbaugh as well as what's going on with Brian Kelly in Notre Dame, where we are seeing the year in year out Alabama and Clemson and Ohio State. And of course,
Right.
Oklahoma, and we could say the same 4 or 5 teams and 6, 7 teams. And Notre Dame is right there on the periphery, but they haven't broken through to a national championship game. Is there fatigue going on in South Bend, best you can tell, there as well?
No, there's not fatigue. I think there's pleasure that Notre Dame has returned back to the group that is right there with those other schools you mentioned in that notch below. The Alabamas, the Clemsons, all those schools that get there on a regular basis. And that's a little bit different calculus for Notre Dame. I'm going to take a step back. I think this playoff year in college football is damaging college football more than it's helping it. Because I think once teams lose a game, it's like, oh, okay, your season's over. Thanks. Take care. Thanks for playing. And we've turned college football into semi-pro football. And while that's exciting, while it's fun to have this constant conversation in October of, oh, they're out of the playoff for this or that reason, it does not at all mesh with what college football has been about for a long time. I think if we elevate it back to 8 teams make the playoff,
Yep.
it keeps every conference alive.
Damn straight. That was my response. Is that's the answer to what you're saying is
Yes.
8 teams. 8 teams. And this year I could see it in the middle of September that there was enough to competition where an 8th seed or a 7th seed could do some damage in the first round against someone like Alabama or Clemson. Absolutely, Mike. There's no doubt.
It's not healthy for the sport to have teams out in September in the conversation. So to your point about Notre Dame, Notre Dame's interesting because the academic part of who you can get to play football there is still very significant. If you take the top 300 players in the country, Notre Dame can't recruit all 300 because you're not going to get them in school. There's no place to hide them academically. So you've got to go maybe at half that list. And then you're still competing against some of the best schools in the country. And I think Brian Kelly has found the sweet spot of the expectations of the job, the academic requirements that come with recruiting football players there, and playing winning football. After the 4-8 season, they've been exceptional. They've only lost to terrific teams on the road or in neutral sites. Does that satisfy Notre Dame alums? No, they'd like to be in the championship picture. They're right on the periphery, and I'd say if they can continue this, every couple of years the mix will be right that they'll have a chance to beat one of those guys in one of those big games.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.